I think it's working now. Sweet. All right, I hear myself. Awesome. This is great. So let me just do a few little tests. Perfect. All right, that's off the screen. Let me see. Make sure I could hear the music in the.
Like it was mine.
Sweet. Okay, so that works flawless. Great. So now, finally, after many years, we got here. So, welcome to Miggy Wright's Metal Channel. Literally, the name is exactly what this is. It's a channel about writing metal, producing metal, shit that I do for my own band, Chasing Stars, alongside with Integration Media. We're pretty much a company that does anything music, visual related. So there's a fly in here, and it's driving me nuts. So I'm Miggs, and if you've been following this YouTube channel for years, you know that I've done anything from like metal to pop, electronic music, and that's what this we're here for. So luckily all of this stuff works flawlessly. So I'm gonna go ahead on my phone and start connecting on Instagram Live, getting some people over here. So let's go. Let's do that. The only thing that sucks is that I don't have a second screen, so I won't be able to see the chats coming in on YouTube. But let me copy the URL here. Once we get this easy going, it gets pretty easy going as we get going. All right, so let me copy that there. All righty. All right, so let me go live on my Instagram. And we can start getting this going. You know what I'm saying? We can start getting this going. We can start the rolling, the ball rolling. We can start the rolling on this. All right, sweet. So now that we got this going, This is gonna be kind of same thing as like a little tester kind of thing. Let me actually put the phone up here, so we can get this rolling over here because everything's connected on the YouTube side, so this works. Oh my god, this has been such a pain in the ass. What's up, guys? By the way, I want to let you know that I got the YouTube going live. I'm just here on Instagram to tell you guys. So, actually, Maddie, I'm mixing your song today on YouTube Live. I'm mixing Bitter. So, if you guys want to head over to the YouTube, you could actually hear the full audio because I got to wear headphones because I can't do this while I'm over here because feedback shit. So, jump over to the YouTube. It's Miggy Writes Metal, and you'll see it there. And that way you could actually hear the whole thing going on. So I finally got this going. It's fucking taken me forever to do. I can't even say that on YouTube. I gotta watch my language on YouTube. YouTube is very like anal about stuff like that. So yeah. So this is gonna be like the YouTube channel for like producing stuff. When I write stuff for Chasing Stars, or if I'm doing some ghostwriting stuff, or if I decide to like mix some stuff live, which I got a lot of stuff coming up. And I figured I sit down and I do this anyway, probably like 4 to 5 times a week. So, why not stream it live? And here we are. So, we're doing it. We are doing it. Let me just make sure that there's if anybody's over here on the that's the scene. Okay. I don't want to see the scene. I want to see the chat. There we go. Okay. Top chat. I can't really see the chat. I got to get a second monitor for this so I can see what's going on. I can't really see it. I know that it's running right now, so that's what matters. But actually, let me put the link to the. I don't know if this is gonna work. I don't know if you guys can actually copy this and paste it, uh, but that is the link. Can you copy and paste that? No, you could just. No, you can't. You can't really. Anyway, it's Miggy Writes Metal, so head over there and you'll see my face. So let's jump on this here. Let me go on the YouTube until I get a second monitor. This is gonna be a little bit awkward. But let me go ahead and grab a charging block for my phone because it's about to die. And that's not good when stuff dies. Oh man. Oh man. All right, I'm almost back. I'm almost back. I just had to find a stupid charging block. Apparently, I don't have extra ones, so I got to use what I got. What's up, Lewis? I'm live on the YouTube side. If you want to go check it out. Let me connect this over here so I can charge. I have my DAW running through YouTube, so I'm gonna be mixing one of the songs for this last year, this past year. So yeah, that's what I'm doing today. So I'm gonna be hopping over there. Just head over to the Miggy Writes Metal YouTube. Subscribe. I already sound like a YouTuber. It's almost like I've done this before. Subscribe, do the thing over there, and let's jump into this. I'm gonna head over to the YouTube side just so I can see the chats because I can't really see them here. So let's go over here. All right, I just want to make sure everything's going good on my end. Check, check. This past year, you found me, girly pop. What's up? All right, so I could monitor the stream here while I'm doing this, because like I said, until I actually get like a second monitor, it's gonna be kind of hard. It's gonna be a little awkward, but anyway, we're here. So Maddie, I mean, you kind of know the song, but we're gonna run through it. I have done a little bit of editing. It's pretty much almost mixed. But at the same time, not really because I have to kind of overlay the drums and do a little bit more touch up stuff on it. Um, let me see. There's some plugins here that I kind of want to replace. To be honest, I might just start it from scratch, just because I know that this could be a lot better. So let's jam it out for real quick. What does that sound on your guys' end? All right, sweet. So I just want to make sure you guys can hear that right because it's like I have like a bit of a delay between what I'm hearing and what YouTube is hearing, so it's a little bit it's a little bit weird, but it's okay. It's all right. So let's see where we start with here. Let's begin with the drums. These aren't my drums. These are Tony's drums. Going to do is there we go. I gotta make sure I don't forget that. So what I'm gonna do is I kind of want a drum that's not like so airy. I'm just gonna reset this to be honest with you. Let's start from 0. Let's clear this up. Reset the channel strip. Um, Same thing for bass. Yeah, we're gonna start this from 0. Let's do that. Let's clear the channel strip. Reset channel strip. Perfect. Let's get rid of that. A bunch of plugins here on the guitar that I really don't fucking need. So we're gonna get rid of those. Besides archetype, I want to keep archetype there. BSA clipper, let's get rid of that. I don't need this. I kind of found a better way of like mixing stuff with less shit. And I rather that approach because sometimes when you add too many things, it just I don't know, it just kind of sounds wonky and it doesn't feel right like you're just adding stuff to add stuff. So guitars, left guitar, right. That's literally what I just cleaned up. These are the clean guitars. Some of these are bounced down already with the tones. So like, the clean guitars already have a tone. Main vocals I already replaced with Mantra, so I'm just gonna get rid of the rest of these plugins here. I got a little trick with Mantra that I'll show you guys on the vocals, but it should be a fun little test stream. You know what I'm saying? Stains, stains on that bed, bruh, bruh. You left yo? Did you really, dude? Yeah, you fucking with me, bruh. You're messing with me, Jay. Don't mess with me, bruh. Okay, so all of these are going to one channel. These are doing their things here. Cool, perfect. The little effect stuff, I'll keep that there. I did add like a little orchestra choir thing to the beginning of it, just because I thought it would sound pretty cool with the rhythm. All right, so let me bring up the buffer on this because I can already hear it doing weird stuff. Um, where's my? Let me close out Safari because I don't need that open. Sweet. Reset this. Hey, there we go. Luckily, there's not really much in the way of plugins that I got to add to this stuff, so should be pretty good. Make sure I didn't lose you guys. Nope, you guys are still there. Awesome, sweet. So, stains on that bed ties in with if it kills me, your audio is gone. Yeah, I muted it by mistake. No audio. Can you still you can't hear me? Do you not hear me? Oh, there you are. Yeah, you hear him. I was resetting the buffers on the software. So okay, we're ready. It's fixed. Perfect. Sound better than ever. All right. Let me move this over here because that thing tends to freak out every once in a while. All right. So um, this isn't even named the kick drum. Kick drum. This is kind of like the drawbacks of doing this way is that like sometimes if I solo a track, then whatever I do before on my end over here, it kind of like goes out. So I'm gonna see if there's a way that I can like route this externally so it's on its own separate bus somewhere. Put output 3 and 4. Output 3 and 4 maybe? Let's see. Can we hear me? Can we hear me? No, so I'm just gonna have to keep on hitting it. So screw it. All right, whatever. So let's hit this kick drum real quick. Very lazy sounding kick drum. So let's find something here that works. Let me hit it with some virtual mix rack. I get the feeling I'm gonna end up using silencer on it because I don't mind the air behind the kick drum, but there's just like too much behind this one. Like it needs more. It needs to be tighter. Let's hit it with the. Let me see if I got my preset here. That's for the drum bus. So let's add this. I don't need that. Yeah, these I might use. I don't need that, and I don't need this. So let's start with compression EQ here. It's really loud, so let me know if it sounds like it's clipping. It probably does. I gotta put it loud though so I can hear what's going on. Around there. There we go. Yeah, the compressor itself acts like a gate. There we go. Add a little bit of that top end. Sounds bigger. All right, and let's route these out because I like having all my drums in one. Basically, like these are like rooms, whatever. I'm just gonna get rid of this stuff. I found a way to make these a lot easier. So these all the rooms routed. That yeah, okay. So I'm gonna keep that. Let me route this out to the rooms. Yay, Slate, dude! I love Slate stuff. It's fucking great. best suite of plugins I've ever owned. Well, no, I have the black salt stuff too, but it's very like dependent on what I'm doing with the black salt stuff. I know that they just brought like an EQ out, and I know it's kind of like their philosophy on mixing is more of like if it's um it's like there's no numbers on it, so it's kind of more all by ear, and that's kind of cool. But be honest with you, I kind of like seeing the numbers. I've kind of gone over the whole phase of like, oh, if I'm going too far, it doesn't look right. To me, I don't give a shit as long as it sounds right. So to me, it's like, yeah, whatever. I rather use the Slate stuff. It's got like a certain sound to it that I really like. Some of the plugins that you get, like the standard parametric EQs, like yeah, they'll do the same thing. They'll boost up and down like they'll boost up like a whatever couple dBs or whatever of the same frequency, but it just doesn't saturate it. It's just kind of like a very transparent thing. DBX 166 was a phenomenal as a room smash compressor. Oh yeah, yeah. No, I totally agree. So I'm actually in the process of getting one of those that are stereo. I think it's called the 266 or something like that. They have a stereo DBX one. Because once I throw it on the rack, then I'll be able to do live drums, and then that's what we're gonna end up doing. Um, so yeah, we're definitely gonna get to that point, my boy. All right, so I got all these rooms routed perfect, and then on all of these, I'm gonna route these to all of these are toms. This is kick snare, kick snare. Okay, perfect. So now what I'm gonna do is kick and snare. So let me run this to the kick and snare. Which not this should be just called like the shells, like the full kit. Full kit. I found a wow, I can't even spell kit right. There we go. I found a weird way of like doing this. Awesome. So that we're gonna get this. We're gonna run these rooms right into that same bus. I might process them differently. That's the only reason why I run them like in a separate bus. But I might just end up doing the same stuff to it. I normally don't like my cymbals super loud, so it doesn't really matter. Let me bust this out to full kit. So there you go. So now the full kit. This is perfect. All right, so we got the full kit right out now. So I'm gonna get rid of this stuff. I'm just gonna start from zero. Start from zero on this. Let's start from here. Virtual mix rack. Let's do some stuff on this drum bus. I actually have a preset for this. I want to hit at least 1 dB on that. Bass is a little too loud. Let me balance that mix up. Okay, so the room. That's why. Okay, you can lose the energy when the rooms aren't there. It's just kind of like eh. It's like eh. It's like okay, cool. You have drums, or where the hell is everything else? I don't like loud cymbals, but I like loud drum rooms. So going back to the kick. Where are you at, kick? You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna just replace it with my sample. Let me turn this off. Let me go to slate trigger. Because these aren't my drums. Normally, the drums that I use for like the stuff that I do for chasing starts, it's on my computer. And like those drums, I have them dialed in perfectly to where it's like I just got to do like a few things and they work. But because these aren't my drums, I have to kind of like go in here and like make them sound a little bit more. That's the best way to put it. Just make it sound a bit more, uh, you know. So here we go. Let's find a kick drum that works for this. I want something that's kind of like tight, but not too. Let's see. Let's browse it. Dude, this is phenomenal, surprising. Keep going back to stains on the bed. I love you guys. By the way, guys, please share the stream. Obviously, the more people that we get on here, the better. I'm gonna be doing a lot more of these. I jump on here to mix stuff. I'm on the computer like 4 or 5 times a week, so it might just be a mixing session. It might just be a writing session. It might be something, but you will definitely see a lot more of me now that this stuff is all set up. That is a nice snare room, by the way. That's what I'm gonna probably end up using. Where's my? This might be the move. Yep. I think that's good, and then I'll probably add a trigger to it. So let me see. Okay, so this one, I like that kick drum. It just has a bit too. It's a bit too much snap to it, but maybe that's just in the compressor. Let's compress it harder. Around there. Yeah. Let's see if I can make it hit a little bit harder. All right. Now let's boost a little bit of that 90 hertz. Give it a bit more of that lower end thump. Let me see, where is it? Bell. So like 90 to the 90. Woo! Let's get her going. I want to kill a little bit of that snappiness. It sounds like it's like in the 3K. Yeah. There we go. And I like to normally boost it like around 1,000. It ties in better with the bass guitar. What'd you say? What did you say in the chat? Subscribe to like and subscribe to his OnlyFans as Mix Biggs. Oh my god, I got the feeling this YouTube channel ain't gonna last very long. Oh my god. Subscribe to my OnlyFans, guys. Mix Biggs. Jesus Christ. That's terrible. Alright, so that sounds like a
I held on to the thought like it was mine.
there you go. It's got like that mid 2000s kind of sound to it. All right, so now let's fuck around with this snare drum because this snare is just like not. This snare is not snaring. Ugh. Ugh. Let's get rid of this stuff. Bruh. Bruh. Let's fix these snares. I have a I'm gonna use my snare for this. Here it is. It's this one. So let me get rid of all of these. Clear slot. Where is it? There we go. That's the snare that I like. That's the real shit. Let me add a send to it because I already know I'm going to add some other stuff to it. Let's make this number 18. I'm going to make the trigger 2. I'm going to call this the snare push. I don't like to layer the samples into the same one, but this is the one that I'm going to put all the there's this sound. Where is it? No, it's not. It's this one. Hey, now it's coming to life. Jen. Bro, I can't even read your name. Hold on, bro. Let me get real close over here. Jen HD Firearms. What the hell, dude? I'm just gonna call you Jan, I guess. Bruh. That's a hell of a Twitch name. Dyslexia 10. Oh yeah, I see numbers and letters, and I'm just like, what? I mean, I could read it. Jand H Firearms Training. Oh shit, dude! You do like pew pew stuff? That's your dad? What's up, dad? I put little hearts for you, bruh. You do gun training? That's sick. We gotta do some gun training. By the way, your daughter's super talented. She sings great. Awesome. Excellent. And mean. We all out here supporting the homie. Okay, so I like that snare way better. That just it's a world of a difference. So let me get the virtual mix rack on it. Let me get rid of some stuff here. This I'm gonna figure out a better way to put this arm. Huh. Because this mic is like it's gotta be like generally kind of close to me. And is the compressor even compressing yet? Is my this is all literally running through my studio rack. So the gate, everything that you guys are hearing, that's actually through my vocal rack, which what I started tracking vocals through. Oh yeah. So I don't have to be like super close to it, but it kind of helps if I'm like a bit here. But anyway, so let's get to here. Let's add this stuff over here where it works, where it belongs. Let me see. We were on snare, so let's go to. I want to use that. I might. I always confuse. I not that I confuse them. I like these two EQs. So if I don't do one on the other on one, I do one on the other one. So I'll add that there, and let's add a harmonic saturator. Where is it? London. Let's do the London. Let's do the. Nah, you know what? No, I'm gonna use something else. Let's see the snare. Where are you at, snare? Come here. Let's see. We got 6 people in the stream right now. Thank you guys for jumping on here and joining me on a Tuesday. So let's see. Let's compress it hard. Yeah. Let's do it hard. I want to hear what it's doing. It's not doing anything there. Turn this on over. I don't think I'm gonna do it. I don't think I'm gonna do much to the snare. I love the sound of the snare right out of the gate. So, what I might do actually is add just a little bit of like the low end stuff. Let me put like a shell on a shelf. Where is it? Like one something. Let's see. Exaggerate it. Yeah, it thickens it up a little bit. It already sounds awesome. I love that snare. That snare is so good. I can kind of really. Hi. What's up, Dad? Yeah, they already told me it was you. They already told me it was you, so I'm like, oh, Dad. I got 8. We got 8 people in the stream right now. Say hello in the chat, guys. Are any of you guys in the chat actually like producers? Like, do any of you guys like mix music or do anything like that? Let me know. Let me know in the chat. I know that we got the band in here. We got this past year in the chat, which is the song that I'm mixing right now. Look at baby girl. What's up, baby girl? Thank you for jumping in here. I've mixed good enough for me. That explains why you know the Black Salt audio stuff. What does that say? Boo, man stealer. Oh, he wants to start a fight. Oh, he's a little jealous because you touch my da la la. Ooh, my ding ding dong. All right, so let's get back to this. We might do this in parts. Like I might do the drums today, and then tomorrow I might do the bass guitars and guitars, and then the vocals after that. So, um, let's see.
I held on to the thought like it was mine. Arranged all I knew.
The drums already make such a big difference. It's ridiculous. Um, uh, I'm useless. I'm useless. I'm useless guitars. I'm Maddie's friend. What's up, Death Bat Chick? I was gonna say Death Bat Chicken. Baka! Thank you guys for joining me here on the Miggy Writes Metal. In today's show, we're actually Miggy produces metal, so or Miggy mixes metal. So let's get this going over here. Let me see where we're at with this. Yeah, way better. I'm gonna bring the rooms up. I'm gonna get rid of this room stuff that I got going on here. We're gonna, like I said, we're starting from nothing, 0. I want nothing on these. Do I want this? Yeah. Man, I'm choking today. I'm still kind of getting over that stupid cold that I had. And I'm vaping, so it doesn't help. That sounds kind of lazy. Let me not do that. Let me add the virtual mix rack to the overheads. The overheads, luckily, they don't really need too much. So what I might do is just get rid of this, get rid of this. Let's add some decapitator on it. I want to nuke it. A little bit of distortion. Make them a little bit brighter. That's pretty good where they're at. Do I want some drive on them? Yeah, a little bit of saturation. That's all they really need. They don't need too much. And I'm going to limit them just in case. Limit them. Perfect. Okay, so for the drum rooms, I have this right now chained into the kick drum. That's why it's pumping really hard. Because we changed the sample on the kick drum. Let's go to like 20 milliseconds. Yeah, that's it. Just a little bit for it to duck out of the way. Okay, so for the rooms, we're gonna go ham on this. If you like, after seeing this for a while, you'll notice that it's the same stuff over and over again. Like, the mixing process really doesn't really change. Once you got something that kind of works, you just roll with it. So it's always decapitator into some kind of EQ, and then, you know, if you want to add some sparkly shit. So let's nuke the rooms. Here, better. Okay. All right. pretty much, yeah, that's pretty much where I want it. There you go. I just want to like muffle the uh, I want to just get the snare to pop out of the room. Even if I went like that extreme. There you go. Now we're only getting the snare.
Find your breath, I hope it's me you can't forget.
Okay, let me see. Woo! Woo! I can't go too loud.
I held on to the thought like it was mine. Arranged
Sick. There's a few little final touches here on the drum bus. I want to add a bit of saturation over here on this. Let's go to the SSL saturator. I gotta find a way that when I like, if I to connect this channel to the other, I gotta find a way so it never mutes. But whatever. So let's see. So the snare, yeah, too hard. Match it. Yeah, it hits way harder. Oh, wrong one.
held on to the thought like it was mine. Arranged all I knew to only keep you fine. But it's always worse for you.
Sweet. All right, so now we're gonna go a little bit crazy with the limiters. Um, drums is normally what takes the longest to process. Everything else is actually really simple. Um, but yeah, and drums are always the ones that take forever. Not forever, but they take the longest to kind of get right. Once you get the drums right, everything else just falls into place. But let me add. Where's my limiter? I use all this late stuff. I don't care. No shame. SSL. If you want to throw me an endorsement, my boy, you know where I'm at. Wow.
I held on to the thought like it was.
Sweet. Now let's add this over here. Virtual mix track. Let's add X limit to the bus. So I gotta bring the kick drum up. I kind of use the limiter as like I can tell where the peaks are at. I'd normally like to hit the kick and snare to be at the same level. Even though when I mix, it's kind of weird because when I mix, I like the snare louder. But I know that for the final balance, the right thing's gonna be putting the kick about the same level as the snare. Sometimes a little bit lower, but let's figure it out. Make this pump.
I held on to the thought like it was mine. Arranged all I knew to only keep you fine. But it's always worse for you.
Kind of like it more on transparent. Now we could bring in like the bus stuff. So let me go to my master bus. Let's bring in the big boys, the big dogs. the big stuff. You know what I'm saying? This will kind of help me also get the vibe for the whole thing. Where is it? Bus compressor. Let's get that G comp. So my goal with this is to like keep it. Oh, look, it's actually even compressing my voice in the way. It was kind of cool. You guys are gonna hear whatever I'm doing affecting my voice. But the compressor G comp, I use it to like kind of glue everything together to the master bus. And I normally want it to be hitting like around maybe like 3 to 4. It can compress really hard if you go kind of stupid on it. Let's oversample it. Why not? But it's one of those things where it's like you kind of want it hitting at like around 3 dB throughout the whole track, unless you have like a dropout part, then it kind of makes sense that it dives down. But you normally want it to hit just a little bit of everything. You know, it kind of glues everything together to makes the whole track kind of like do this when the kick drum hits or the snare hits. It's pretty cool. Um, so you get that modern sound though. So for now, I'm not gonna worry about the I'm not gonna worry about the vocals. Let's get this bass like really tightened up because the bass right now kind of it's a little wonky. You know what I'm saying? It's just, yeah, this is real bass. So okay. And it already has parallax on it. I could hear it. So it's not gonna really take much to kind of get the sound right. We're just gonna like make it sit right in the mix. And it's the same three basic principles. We're gonna compress, EQ, saturate. So for this one, I might actually use the FGN. But let's see. I might put an opto compressor at the end of it. We'll see how it runs. But let's go. Let's go to like 6 to 1. See how hard we can make it hit. Yeah, I like the way that just grabs the transient. It makes it hit harder. A lot of like low mid build up on it. Makes sense. It's a real bass, so we're gonna probably cut some of that out. Or is like the 3. I don't want to go too crazy on it. I'm gonna add a little bit of 3K. Where does it feel right? Think about there. That feels right. I'm gonna add another compressor to it just to keep it really, really pinned. I normally add a limiter at the end anyway, but let's use the, where's the opto? Let's use this one. It's like an LA2A. Woo! Really don't need much. Yeah, it doesn't really need much like right there. And then just to touch it up, I'm gonna add I might saturate a little bit more. Let me hear it in the context of the mix. Oh yeah. It's kind of at a good level. I can't really turn on the monitors to really I like to feel it more than what I can hear it in my headphones. Although I will tell you, I just got these. These are the HD 600s, the Sennheisers. They are mwah, phenomenal. They translate very good with the Yamahas if you have HS7s, which is what I have here. They're great. They are phenomenal headphones. I mean, honestly, they're actually no, these are HS8s. So they translate very well. They work very well together with these. So, all right. So let's see. I can hear the bass all the way through. I'm going to saturate it a little bit. Yeah. Now we're going to do the little side chain trick. So, little side chain trick is side chain it to the kick drum. Where is it? Kick snare. Where's the thing? Audio. Let me just do it here. Kick, kick, kick. Here we go. Kick drum. So you'll hear a pump. You hear it's like pumping up and down with the bass. That's kind of what you with the bass guitar. The bass guitar is pumping down when the kick drum hits. I like to exaggerate this a little bit. Let's go to like 10 dB, 10. 20. I want it to like kind of lag behind the kick, so it's like doo wah doo wah doo wah. It gives it more of like that harder pumping sound. And then we're gonna do another one, but this one's gonna be on the snare. So it's going to be sidechained to the snare. So let me. Where is the snare? Snare. Bass guitar, relatively easy. Luckily, this one was tracked very well. Sometimes I get some bass guitars that I'm like, bruh, this is gonna take some work. Because a lot of like bands and stuff, like especially like guitar players when they write music, they just think about like, oh, the guitar is gonna sound cool, and they want these drums that are like over compressed, and then you get the bass guitar, you're like, dude, this is doing nothing for you. So luckily, we understand that that's not how things work. There we go. There we go. So now I can bring the bass up a little bit until it rides, and then I can just limit it. Perfect. Last thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna add a clipper to it. Just catching a little bit of these transients over here. That's it. And that's how you got bass. So, yeah, the bass wasn't too hard on this one. I mean, like this song, I kind of already had an idea where I was gonna go for it, so it doesn't really. It was pretty simple to kind of get it where I wanted to sit. So, let's move to the get fiddles. If you can hear it, these are I have these side chains to the kick. You can hear it, but they're pumping really hard. I just want the low end to compress. Okay, so let's mess around with these guitars. Drop C -3. Good. So I kind of need that. Let's make it 441, 421. Somewhere there. Okay, guitars are relatively straightforward. We're gonna take it a little bit over the top though, with a bit more saturation and stuff. So we're gonna really like get it down. We don't need compression for this. See which one sounds better. SSL snappier. So we'll use the SSL, it's snappier. There's like a wonkiness at like 150 I might want to cut out. That woofiness. There we go. Sweet. I mean, we're starting to sound like a jam. All right, so I'm kind of happy with that. I mean, we pretty much have like the basis already for the whole song. Track is super simple. I don't have like crazy production stuff, no crazy pads or none of that stuff. So it's a pretty straightforward song. The only thing we're gonna do is let's add this over here. I'm going to add like a separate guitar bus, and this is gonna be for. I'll show you guys. Oh wait, one thing I forgot. Let me add a saturator to this. Where is my thing? Want the London or the Hollywood? Everybody put in the chat, London or Hollywood? I got two saturators, London or Hollywood. She said Hollywood. All right, we'll use the Hollywood. Hollywood. All right, we'll use Hollywood. Adam Cole. This is probably better to hear it kind of a little bit in solo. All it's gonna do is make the guitars a little bit bigger. There you go. It's like too far. I want to like like a little bit, right beneath there. Make them sound bigger. And the last thing we're gonna do is put a limit on here. Just get those little peaks up top. Ah, perfect. Sweet. Awesome. There we go. We got there. Okay, so let me see if I have a drum bus that's like the mono room. I don't think I have one. Let me see. Because like I said, these drums are a little bit different than the ones that I'm used to working on my own when I use my stuff here. But let me see. There should be something that's like a. Move the stuff out of the way here. So I'm gonna make a separate. I'm gonna run the kick and snare to a. Yeah, I could probably run the whole kit. Decisions. Now I'm gonna run the kick and snare over to a to its own separate like parallel bus, so I can parallel compress it. So let me run. Let me go here. I should already have one here. Number 11. That's the drum parallel bus. Why is this thing keep popping up? What is this? Get away from me! Leave me alone! And then we have kick drum. So let's run that to number 11. And this is where I like to see what is this stupid thing? Okay. Bruh. You're really annoying, bruh. You know? Just keep popping up every time I click stuff. It's not cool, man. So for number 11, this is where I like to use the black salt stuff because this is where it kind of makes a big difference. Where is it? I had the supercharger on it before, but doesn't really do too much. So let me just get rid of that. I don't really even need the EQ. So let's just find the black salt audio BSA drum bus. This is like what I like to use for it. Let's slam the shit out of it. So let's solo it. I'm gonna actually get rid of that low end a bit more. Wrong thing. That's This is the only time you'll probably ever see me using a parametric EQ. I rarely ever use parametric EQs anymore. I'm gonna give a bit more body than the 200s. Let's see. All right, so now it's just gonna be a balancing game of like the overheads and the rooms and stuff. So pretty much the good stuff. And just for the hell of it, I'm gonna add a saturator here at the end of the bus, just because why not? Sometimes you gotta add that little glue to it. So I use a lot of saturation when I mix stuff. Let's add this just a little bit. Man, it's going too hard. So let's use the I actually like the Black Saw Audio one escalator. Like 5. It's pretty much almost there. The last thing I'm going to do is the guitars themselves. I'm going to add a channel that's going to be kind of like an octave guitar bus. Um, because it kind of just needs stuff like that sometimes, you know? So let's go over here. Let me solo my voice. Let me solo the guitars. This is kind of like a Buster Odenholm thing. Odenholm. He adds like these octave guitars underneath it, underneath his original guitars, and it makes it sound like it's tuned lower, but it's not. It just kind of fills in the side, especially a track like this where it's like everything's like kind of more natural. There's not like synths and stuff layered over everything. It wouldn't make sense for this track, really, to be honest, to have stuff like that. So we're not gonna do any of that crazy shit, but it does need a bit more thick. So we're gonna add a bit more thick. Where is it? Modern metal, neural. Here it is. Let's just use. It doesn't matter what I use really. Let's just use the nollie because it doesn't really matter. I just got to turn all this stuff off, except the EQ, and then we're gonna turn this a whole octave down. This is gonna sound a little crazy, but it's cool. I know it sounds pretty nuts. Now we blended it with the real guitars. There we go. Let's blend it in. It's like a little minor touch, but it's one of those things where it's like if it's not there, you know it's not there, and then when you add it, you're like, "Oh, that makes like the little thing that makes a big difference." So we're gonna throw that on there. Let me see what time. Yeah, the guitars already sound way thicker. Sounds good. Sounds great. I mean, it's slamming. I think on the bass guitar, I'm gonna add a little bit more like the 80 hertz, a little bit of the 80, kind of bring it. Because I wanted to be heard at all times. I'm gonna compress this sample a little bit. Where is my same process? Where is it? And I might add a little touch of reverb to the snare, but that's something that we'll probably end up doing like tomorrow. That's pretty good. So let's use. I'm looking at the wrong thing. That's why I messed up over here. Steven Slate. I gotta like organize these plugins a little bit better. All right, let's add a stressor to this. I don't need that. I might need this EQ because sometimes I like to cut the low end off of the off of this sample, and it makes the snare sound a little bit bigger. I don't even really need the That's kind of what I want. There we go. There's a lot of cymbal in that room. Woo! I'm gonna cut a little bit of the 3K on the guitars. sitting around there. Okay, bring this back a little bit. So now the guitar, I set him back a little bit. Now I can hear the strings. So these little strings coming through. Okay, there you go. All right, so you should be able to hear me now. Let me know if you hear me. Sometimes it kind of goes a little stupid, especially when the system freaks out. Yeah, I can see the chat, so I'm looking at you. I gotta add a second screen because you see here on my OBS, like this whole chat over here. I don't know. Can you even see the cursor? You can't even see the cursor. But all the way on the right side of my screen, there's like that little you know. Why can't you guys see my cursor? That's really weird. I gotta figure this stuff out as I go. It's really strange, man. But anyway, yeah. So I now that we're back, I'm pretty much gonna leave it to there today. Tomorrow we'll come back. We'll tighten up the little things that we got to do. So if we got to finalize some of the production stuff, this little I might throw that in somewhere else. Probably towards like the end of the last course, something like that. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But tomorrow we'll jump on it and then we'll start doing some more production stuff. We'll add like a few little like bass drops and sound effects and stuff like that. Some swells and shit. We'll start really like putting the little polish on it. But besides that, thank you, the 8 of you that were here with me today, down to 5. Thank you guys. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Share this with your friends, especially if they're producers. I always like to hear everybody. We all do something different to try and get the same thing. So it doesn't really matter. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. I'm brain fried. It's after work. It's a Tuesday. But I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care. Be safe. And I don't even know how to turn the stream off, to be honest with you. Do I just hit like stop streaming? Okay, I just had it stop streaming. So, all right, guys. With that said, take care. Have a good night and stay out of trouble, my people.